our Faithlook podcast. This is number 3, and the question we're going to look at today is, don't all roads lead to God? It's a question that I'm often asked. Does it really matter whether you choose Shintoism or Judaism or Islam or Hinduism or Jehovah's Witness or being a Christian? And so I just want to explore with you a little bit today, do all roads lead to God? Now, I'm no expert on this, but when I was at Bible college, I really did go to Bible college, I decided in my final year as one of my major pieces of work to study other world religions. One of my friends at college, well-intentioned, said to me, Neil, why are you doing that? Why don't you focus your full attention on Jesus, who we worship and follow? And I said to him, I want to study those other religions so that I can respect them. Because I would find it really annoying if somebody came and started slating Christianity but didn't actually know anything about it, if they started misquoting it in quite liberal and aggressive ways. I would find that tough to swallow. And so I studied other world religions with the intention of knowing a bit more about them so that I could engage with them and with people who follow them. A picture that I find helpful on this question, don't all roads lead to God, is to picture God as a mountain. God as a mountain has a base and a peak at the top, and all the world religions start at the base from similar positions. So for example, all of them believe that there is a higher power. All the world religions have differing views within their religion. So there isn't one position for Islam, there isn't one position for Hinduism, there isn't one position for Christianity. Every world religion has variations, views and opinions within it. And also, and I find this really interesting, apart from Hinduism, every world religion thinks that they're right and the others are wrong. I think that's a real challenge for Christians, because Christians are often known by those who aren't Christians as arrogant, opinionated, aggressive, and known for what they don't believe and are against, rather than for what they do believe and they are for. There's a challenge and a corrective there to people like me as a Christian, that we need to be more gracious and listening as we hold our views alongside other world religions. All world religions believe there's a higher power. All world religions have differing views within them, and all world religions believe that they are right and other religions are wrong. That's the base of the mountain, if you like. And as you go higher up that mountain peak, then you get other views coming out, and that's where the other religions are different to Christianity. So one would be your view of God. What is God like? And you will get different descriptions according to different religions. For example, Jehovah's Witnesses would say you need to work really hard to keep God happy and to obey those laws. Hinduism would say, well, there's lots of different kinds of gods and we don't know exactly who this God is. Christianity would say we see who God is through his son Jesus Christ. That's what he told us in the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. Another difference would be what happens to you when you die. One religion would say you walk across a narrow bridge, and if your bad actions outweighs your good actions, you fall off of that bridge into an eternal lake of fire. Other religions would say you, when you die, just get consumed into God and you lose your identity and you become part of God. Christianity would say it's down to the decision you've made with regards to Jesus. Have you believed that what he did for you on the cross, and we'll look at that in another episode, do you believe that that makes a difference for you with God and has removed that barrier? Christianity believes that God is for us, that God wants the best for us, that God wants to be in relationship with us. How we relate to our planet is another way that world religions can differ. If you believe this world is just going to be obliterated and consumed at the end of time, then why bother caring for it particularly now? And some Christians in the past have had a warped view like that. I know of American preachers who've said, drive a big car, consume lots of petrol so that we destroy the earth earlier, and Jesus returns. But that's not the Christian view, the commonly held one. The commonly held one is that God, when time is wrapped up, will return to the earth and dwell with humanity in a newly created order. So we would do well to look after the planet now, to care for it as we were ordained to do. There are so many ways in which we differ. The main one for me is around two words: do and done. Most world religions, if not all, and I could be wrong on this, but most world religions say it's about what we do. What do you do in your life? Are you well behaved? Do you obey the appropriate laws? Do you do the right things? It's all about what we do. Christianity says it's about what Jesus has done for us. It's not primarily about what we do. It's about what Jesus has done. I think there are many beautiful things about many world religions. But I couldn't follow a God where it was all about what I do. I do love that freedom, that foundation, that base to my journey with God, that is all about what Jesus has done for me. And anything I do is in response to what he has done. And Jesus, well, he's the sticking point, I think, in all of this. World religions have so many different views of him. I remember when I was walking my dog many years ago, and I met this elderly lady who was scattering flower seeds in the forest, and we got chatting, and I happened to have my Bible with me. I was reading it, and she said, "Oh, good to see a young man reading the Bible." And I asked her what she believed, and she believed in a different religion to me. And I said to her, "Why don't you bring a book about your religion, and I'll bring one about mine, and we can exchange them, and then we can read them and discuss them, so we can find out more about what each of us believes." And so I bumped into her the next week as we were walking our dogs. And this lady said, "Oh, I've got the book for you." I said, "Great, can you leave it by my car, please?" And when I got back to my car after walking the dog, I could see it on the passenger seat. I thought, there's something about this lady's religion where she can put a book through a glass window in a car door. When I got to the car, I realised it was as warm as it is today, and I'd left the window open by mistake, and she'd merely plonked it down there. That lady and I met for about 3 years, maybe once a month for a cup of coffee or a walk, and talked about our religions. And the sticking point was always Jesus. That's when she became defensive or guarded in the conversation, because for me Jesus is the great divider when it comes to this. The great, maybe a better way of phrasing it, is the great decision point. What will I do with this Jesus? Is he a prophet? Is he some kind of scandalous figure? Is he a mythical part of our imagination? Or is he, as he said, the Son of the living God? Don't all roads lead to God? My humble answer would be no. Although I believe there will be people from other religions in heaven, because they haven't had a chance to say yes to Jesus. God is far more gracious and loving than you or I could ever be. But I don't believe all religions lead to God. In fact, I don't believe any do. I believe Jesus leads us to God.